This is a Super Game Boy.
And it goes like this. Plug Game Boy games into the Super Game Boy.
Plug Super Game Boy into the Super NES.
Check this out. Game Boy games in color on TV. It's amazing. And games like New Donkey Kong. You can change the borders and choose your own color.
That's funky.
How about Super Game Boy with all 350 Game Boy games? Incredible!
Welcome back to the Collector Zone. I'm Jeff Dickinson, and you've been following the Collector Zone eBay store. You've been following the channel. You know that some of my collection has found new homes to collectors such as yourself. Today, it's all about Nintendo. Check this out, man. I have a complete in-box Super Game Boy that needs a new home. Maybe you're that collector, and I got some more cool Game Boy stuff to share with you. We can check out what's in the box and what I have to share with you on the Collector Zone eBay store. This is going to be killer, man.
Brace yourself. It's Super Game Boy from Nintendo. Play your Game Boy games on the Super NES in living color. Even choose your own color combinations. Play all 350 Game Boy games. How does that strike you? Super Game Boy for the Super NES. Game Boy games in color, intense.
So here's my Super Game Boy complete in box. But before we get too far, I want to show you some other killer stuff that's also going to be on the Collector Zone eBay store. Let me put this out of the way here. And first off, let's go ahead and show you this still sealed from the manufacturer Super Breakout. It's going to come in this protector case, as I like to call it, the Collector Protector. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. So you'll have that. Also up for sale is my still sealed Arcade Hits Joust and Defender. Because you know what? If you're arcader, old schooler like me, and you're looking for that still sealed in the box game, well, it doesn't get better than this for us collectors. And the graphics are pretty cool. So let me put that aside here. Now, speaking of, arcade games. Now, you may know that, from watching the channel, I keep my games in these bags. And for Game Boy games, even though they come with this little case, I just want to keep everything together. So, let's take a look at the cart. So, you'll get this protector case. And here is the cart. It's in really good condition. Like I said, when I get these, I keep them, as cool as they can become. And it comes in this little protector case here. So yeah, and then here's your book. That way you can see it. Here's the back end. Now there's going to be a little love here because, I went through the book. You know me, sometimes I just like to dive into the games, but then I was like, how do you shift? How do you play the game outside? Back in the days, man, we had a steering wheel and all that kind of cool stuff. But this right here, we got Moon Patrol here. Got Spy Hunter. I mean, I love Spy Hunter. I play Spy Hunter more than I play Moon Patrol. But yeah, just want to highlight this for you real quick. One of my favorite games. And as I'm letting go, some of the games that, for me, I have extras. So after, what I do here is, let me put this back in the bag here. When I get games, and then I find another deal. A lot of times I buy a lot of collections together and I wind up with extras. And so, trying to pass on the extras to you. So let's go ahead and put this aside. And we got another one here with a booklet. And these two I'm showing you right now with booklets are the only two that has booklets. Now let me show you the cart. Now remember those old school Game & Watch games? What's cool about this game right here, this is a, Gallery 2 here for the Game & Watch. You could play the original version, and then they got a modern version. Once again, in this protective case, pretty cool. Let me go ahead. Now the book, has some love to it. But other than that, when I get these in the condition they're in, I just maintain them. So what you're seeing is how I got it in my collection. But yeah, man, this is really cool. These are mini games that are highly addictive. Some people enjoy some more than others. But yeah, I had an extra one of this one, so I wanted to pass along to another collector. If you're like me, love the old school games, who grew up with those crude graphics, you'll be happy to know that your addictive games also comes in a modern version. So yeah, man, this is really cool. So what they did was they modernized it. They changed some of the characters to characters that you are familiar with. Let me go ahead and put this back in the bag. And you'll get it in the bag just as I'm keeping it, because I want to keep everything cool. All right. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite movies, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Now, these all come with the protective case, but, you know, no instruction booklet. But they're in really good condition. A lot of times you can find these games, people, oh man, I've seen them in like really bad condition. Cola spilled on them. I was like, how are you trying to sell this? You know. So they're, you know, the label is not 100% perfect, but a lot of times they are. So, you know, if I get it the way it is the way it is. But I maintain it. They always stay in these cases while I'm not playing them. Oops, didn't mean to do that. What I'm going to do here is I'll pop these in for you so you can see them start up. I'm not going to play the games because it'll take forever. The video will be too long, man. But yeah. So this is going to be a little lot set there. I'm going to put up. So let me go ahead and move it along. Now, you know, we have to have Star Trek. We have Star Wars, right? So this is the next generation. Now, I thought the next generation was okay. My bro, John, from The Geek and I, you know, he does that Star Trek every Friday. Talks about the TV shows and all that. He loves the next gen. So, yeah, for you next gen fans, this is going up for sale as well. Now, let's go ahead and talk about, you saw Super Breakout sealed in the box. Well, I have one right here. So this is going to be not as expensive as the one in the box because, you know, still sealed costs you more, but you still get to get the game, man. And I thought it was kind of weird how Super Breakout was upside down. So I'm not sure if that was a miss thing or not. This is the second one I got. The other one says the same way. So I don't know, man. It may be just like that. But you also get this in the protector case. Now we got Ants. Remember that movie? Oh, man. If you watched Lost in Space, the guy who played Dr. Smith, he's one of the characters in here. I think that was one of his last characters he did. But he voiced I forgot which ant he did. This is a fun platformer game. So you'll get that in this nice little box. We got Tweety and Sylvester. Oh man, Looney Tunes. You gotta love Looney Tunes. This is a really fun game. Man, you know, I love Looney Tunes. So playing Bugs Bunny and those other games, I wound up getting an extra one of these, so I'm passing on to another collector. And once again, these cases, you know, I keep them in these cases and they're in really good condition. Last but not least, and I got this only because it was part of a lots collection. Kate and Ashley, well, you remember the Girlson twins, Full House. Now this one's not going to come with a case, but this one will. That's the, you know, I'll put these two up for sale, probably for like 99 cents, put it on an auction, and let it find a home. I don't play these much. I did put it in to make sure they worked and all that, but, you know, that's where we're at. So let's go ahead and clean this all up, and let's dive into the Super Game Boy.
It's Mario with another wild challenge in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Mario must conquer over 30 different levels, gathering the 6 golden coins to gain entrance to the castle where Wario awaits him. The enemies are tougher and danger is always near. So bounce someone on the head and grab your Game Boy, because Super Mario Land 2 is waiting for you.
Remember this arcade classic? Space Invaders returns to Nintendo Game Boy, and the action is better than ever. Clear each level as the invaders come closer and closer, ultimately destroying your protective barriers and you. Only you can stop the invasion. The Ultimate Fighter game sequel is now on your Game Boy. It's Mortal Kombat 2, and it's so realistic you can feel it. Choose from your 8 favorite martial arts masters as you battle up the tournament ladder in search of the Grand Championship. Use special moves unique to each fighter and perfect your technique with finishing moves.
Help Wario with his home improvement in Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 for your Game Boy. As the greedy Wario, you venture through 7 different worlds and 40 unique levels, hunting treasure to buy your dream castle. It's Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 for your Game Boy.
The hottest hoops can now be found on your Game Boy with NBA Jam. Slam and jam your way through an NBA season as you select your favorite teams and take on the best players in the league. Take advantage of coaching tips as you shoot three-pointers or drive the lane and slam it home. It's pro basketball at its best, and it's here for Game Boy NBA Jam.
Tetris 2 for your Game Boy is tougher than ever. Flashing bombs provide explosive action. It's portable puzzle power to go. Tetris 2, are you up to it?
Call the Bomb Squad. Wario and Bomberman are exploding on your Nintendo Game Boy. It's Wario Blast, the hottest maze battle game to hit your portable powerhouse. Pick between Wario or Bomberman as you use bombs to blow up blocks and gather items that make your bombs even more explosive. 8 levels with 4 stages each will challenge your detonating skills, but watch out for the bosses. They'll blast back at you. Have a blast with Wario Blast.
Now you control all the action of one of the top box office hits of all time. It's The Lion King, now on Game Boy. You are Simba the Lion, attempting to save Pride Rock from the hyenas and your evil Uncle Scar. But you're just a cub, so you get to play around with the other jungle animals too. The adventures are non-stop as you explore your homeland. It's The Lion King for Game Boy.
The Ultimate Picture Puzzle game is new to your Game Boy. It's Mario's Picross. Use the horizontal and vertical numeric clues to fill in the squares as you attempt to solve over 150 different hidden images. Keep an eye on the clock because Mario's timing you. Too many mistakes and your game's over. Choose from 2 difficulty levels and test your puzzle-solving skills with Mario's Picross. The arcade classic debuts on your Game Boy. It's Donkey Kong, and it's way better than ever. Challenge the same tough levels, then take it a step further and hit the big city. Kong snagged Pauline again, and you gotta get her back, dude. You gotta make it past disgusting toxic waste, snapping jaws of death, and Kong's killer kegs. Grab your Game Boy and go ape.
Look what's coming to Game Boy. Kirby's back in a sequel to the mega hit original. It's Kirby's Dream Land 2. This time, Kirby has the help of his friends, Kind the Fish, Coo the Owl, and of course, Rick the Hamster. But Kirby's quest to defeat King Dedede is no easy task. Our hero must find the 7 rainbow drops and acquire the mighty rainbow sword to defeat his evil nemesis. It's Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Alrighty, here we are. We're finally here, guys. We're going to check this out. Then I'm going to hook up the Super Game Boy. We're going to throw in some cartridges. That way you can see some of these games start up and see what you're getting. So let's check out the box. Now, it's got a little love to it, but it's in really good condition. Had this in my collection for quite some time, and it's time to say goodbye. You know, it's time to let another collector put it in their collection. Now, nothing in there, right? I don't want to leave all the manuals because we got manuals. So let's do this. Let's check out the Super Game Boy. Now, over time, I lost that protector cover. So you're not getting that protector cover. So when I say complete in box, well, it's complete except for that protector here, okay? But it's in really good condition. Like I said, I keep things as clean as I got them, you know. And so, yeah, it's really cool. So I'm going to put it right in here. Put that right up here. So that, you know what? I'll just move this to the side for a little bit. Because we got some really cool stuff here to show you. All right, so this is like a poster kind of thing. Join the club, man. The Super Power Club. And so, let me see here. Let me do this. Let me back up the camera a little bit. That way you can see it better. Should have done this at the beginning. Sorry, man. But yeah, this is what you get. it's the promotions posters with Nintendo was always killer, man. Show you some of the games here. Hopefully you can see all that. So yeah, I'll have the pictures, you know. I kept it the way it was. I never really opened it up all that much. The collector I picked this up from, you know, he didn't know there's posters because he said he just never played the Super Game Boy. So I was apparently the first ones to touch this. I'm assuming because that's what he told me. But yeah, so here's the join the club. So it's another promotion for the Super Power Club. It's kind of cool to see what you could have gotten back in the days, man. It's the back end of it. So yeah, it kind of folds out like that. Then we got the consumer information booklet here. And it kind of folds out like this. So you do this, hopefully you can see it all. Everything you're seeing that's in this box is how I got it. So, you know, about as complete as it can get. But like I said, the only thing that I noticed for sure is that, you know, that's missing because I lost it. And then here's your booklet. It's in really fine condition. Yeah, man. Not bad at all. You could do a lot of stuff with the Super Game Boy. I mean, you could change palettes and colors and all kinds of cool stuff. I think I went too fast. But yeah, this is what you get now, you know. I opened this up. I looked at it. I was trying to figure out the Super Game Boy. So yeah, so this is what you can get with all this. You get this posters, the book, the consumer thing, the box, and the Super Game Boy. So it's time to hook up the Super Game Boy and see what it could do.
ゲームボーイの世界とスーパーファミコンの世界が今結ばれるスーパーゲームボーイすべてのゲームボーイソフトがスーパーファミコンでプレイできるテレビの大画面で好きな色がいろいろつけられるゲームボーイソフトとスーパーファミコンの夢の架け橋スーパーゲームボーイ
新しいドンキーコングとテトリスフラッシュも同時に新発売
So we got the Super Game Boy plugged in. We got Star Wars in there. Let's go ahead, turn on. This is the Super Retron Trio. Plays Game Boy, Super Game Boy, and Sega Genesis games. That's pretty cool. So here's what you could do here. You can hit these two buttons on top of your controller. And you can change up the palette. I kind of like B1 better for this game. We'll show you how it begins a little bit. Try not to make a long video. Oh, that might get longer. Let's go ahead and go right to the beginning a little bit. So you can start on Tatooine. Kind of follows the game a little bit. Well, the movie a little bit. There's C-3PO. And land speeder, and that's how you start. Let's check out the Empire Strikes Back. Now, please excuse any shadows or glares. But now this one, I like G4. So you can change up the palettes all you want, but you just keep on hitting that. See that number on the side there? And it pretty much follows the movie, man. Go ahead and hop in here a little bit faster. Oh, make sure you do that, I guess. Yeah. I forget, man. Well, what's cool about the Super Game Boy is you can change it, the palettes, the back screen. I love the Game Boy look to this. So, you know, that's the one I stick with. But you saw the instruction booklet, you can change it anything you want to it. You can change the colors and the backgrounds and everything. Yeah, it looks kind of funky, but I'm a little funky myself. Let's go ahead and go to the Return of the Jedi. Now, for the Return of the Jedi, I like the color palette of B1. Now, here's the thing about this one. This is one of the games that's made for the Super Game Boy that has that special symbol. Let's go ahead and go to B1. There you go. Kind of dig that. But yeah, you're in the cockpit of the, you know, X-Wing fighter. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's one of those special things that, you know, when you get certain games. Of course, this is going to have where you can start the game and all that. So let's go ahead and hit start. Now I hit options by accident. Hold on. Let me get out of here. I'm already screwing up, man. You gotta hit the select button. There you go. All these games, to me, were a lot of fun to play, but I'm a Star Wars fan, you know? You gotta hit the next button, I think. Yeah. Because it goes into this dialogue thing, man. Probably should have held the controller. And you get to choose where character you are. So I'll pick Luke. You hit the start button, and there you are, Luke. And like I said, you want to change up the palettes anytime you want. You can just change it right up. You can make it look all kinds of funky colors, man. Now I'm not going to do this to all the games, but I just want you to see, man, there's 4 palettes to change from. So you just find the one you like, man. Be as funky as you want. Be that funky monkey that you need to be. And you can go to, you know, the old school black and white one. Kind of like where you got your Game Boy Pocket. Alright, let's move on. Now, of course, we have to have Star Trek right after Star Wars. Now, this is not one of my favorite games, but it's an okay game. I'm really into regular old school Star Trek. I picked this up part of a lot sale. Let's see here. B1 has been my go-to on a lot of these games, so I think we'll check out. Yeah. Kind of cool, kind of cool. And so this is one of the ones you got to start the game, and then it has you like talking to, you know, your characters. This kind of follows like a pathway here. So yeah, I got Lieutenant Worf. You talk to him and all that. So yeah, it gets kind of, you know, into the old school, you know, next gen Star Wars. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. Now we have to go a little loony, man. So with this one, I think it was B1 still. Oh, I'm here thinking, man. Kind of slacking over here. You'll get your special color palettes if you like the most. You go ahead and hop in here. Makes you sometimes wait for it, you know. There you go. You got different languages with this one. Pretty cute. So we got options. We start the game here, and pretty much you're following Tweety in this one. And you get that dog after you for a while too. But this is a platform game. So now you gotta jump. You gotta avoid the dog. Oh, I didn't avoid the dog. Ah. So you gotta be careful of those sticker things. I'm not doing good. It's like any other video that Jeff does. Oh no. Going. And so yeah, it's Twiggy and Sylvester. Let's move on to the next game. Now this one's Ants. That movie, it was like you had a different version of the other. I think Disney did one too. Ants is B4 is one I like. You got different languages. So let's change it up to B2. I kind of dig that. So you hit the two top buttons here, hit start, and you go hold down the A button, it goes faster. You want to read all that. If you don't want to read all that. Yeah. And like I said, you can come back in here, you're like, oh man, I don't like that color. You want to make it more funkier? You can make it more green. Like this one's like really super green. But yeah, this is a platformer. You gotta, I gotta get that thing on top. There you go. You gotta avoid this little, I don't know, little snails or something. I don't know. You got these rings you gotta get. So you're collecting stuff. Yeah, it's a platformer, man. A lot of fun to play. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. You know, I did an unboxing on the Super Trio by Retron, so if you want to check that out, you can. Now, this has two games, Moon Patrol and Spy Hunter. We'll go ahead and hop into some Spy Hunter. So let's go ahead and do that. Digital Eclipse, man, they're badass. Oh, well, might as well start with Moon Patrol. All right, so we'll do that. Now, Moon Patrol, there's a color I like for Moon Patrol, and it's C3. Kind of remind me more of the arcade colors. You can't really get the super arcade look to it. But yeah, man. I like it. So, you know, you're shooting and you're jumping. Yeah, it's Moon Patrol, man. Alright, so you want to get out of here. Pause it. No, not that. Do I have to die? Oh, look. I just realized something. You hit the X button, you can change it to palette. Look at that. Amazing. I learned something new. I need a crash here. I thought I could get out of the game, but I can't. And it tells you enter coins, you gotta let it count down. I wish it could let you get out of the game. I forgot about that, man. Alright. Exit. Because the game I really like the most is Spy Hunter. Go ahead and select that. Now Spy Hunter, I believe is C3. Let's go ahead and change up the color palette. And you know, you can do your own thing. There you go. And let's go ahead and hit start. No, it's not C3. I lied to you. It's A2. There you go. That reminded me more of the game itself. So you have to move your top button to go, your A button to fire, and then to shift gears, you hit the start button. And you start hauling ass. So yeah, it's Spy Hunter, man. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. Now, this is Super Breakout, one of my favorite games. Now, like you saw in the video for the Game Boy Pocket, you know, that is one of my favorite Breakout type games. Arkanoid, no, it's not Arkanoid. Alleyway, there you go. This here, let's see here. I think it's F3. I should be trying to change it. I'm here thinking. I like funky stuff, man. So let's go ahead. And you could like change the different versions. I like progression. And then you move the arrow key down on one player. Because you can have two players here. You go beeps, music, noisy, silent. I'll do the beeps. Hop in here. So yeah, this is pretty much Super Breakout. You hit the B button and you're off to the races. And I'm already screwing up. Yeah, Super Breakout, man. Alright, let's go to the next one. I can play this all day. Now, this is the Gaming Watch Gallery 2. This is a lot of fun, man. Now, I want to show you something about this color palette on this here. See, it's going into its own thing, man. So you hit the color palette. I want to show you something. See, when you see this right here, they have their own version of it. You can go to the other ones and change it up, but I prefer to keep it the way you do it. So let's go ahead and hop into the game. And you get Parachute. That's a fun game. Helmet. Chef. So yeah, man, it is really cool. So this is what I'm addicted to the most. So let me go ahead and go to the modern, and you can play the classic version. But yeah, the background changes. So what you gotta do here is catch these dudes. So I didn't mean to make a long video, man, but this is my Game Boy collection. Some of the ones I'm letting go. Keep an eye on the Collector's Own eBay store, because you know what? You never know what I'm putting up next. Until next time, my fellow gamers, game on. It's getting faster now. You just gotta keep up with it. Oh, see, now you win that cannon, you gotta like catch it. Layers.
They said it wasn't humanly possible. But now you can have all the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Plus, Game Boy comes with the outrageous new game, Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Who gets H with their Game Boy? You got Tetris? You got Tetris? Yeah, I got Alleyway right here. Oh, it takes more to win. So if you want to play with power, let the games begin. There's a lot of games here. A lot. I got Kicks, man. Kicks. This is the game. This is the game. Game Boy's Game Boy's gigging. It's Tetris. Batteries and Tetris included. Amazing. Hey, Game Boy. Nintendo word.
Do it.
What's the reaction to new Donkey Kong Land? With 4 wild new worlds, 30 savage new levels, cool computer-modeled graphics, and more head-banging bad guys. It's all the excitement of Donkey Kong Country. Now on Game Boy. This game is so hairy, you're gonna need shots.
At the Kirby's Block Ball Testing Center, we bounced off every wall and busted every block until the game was ready for Kirby himself.
It's ready!
Kirby's Block Ball on Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
つでもどこでも対戦。ゲームボーイについに登場、ストリートファイター2。
待ってたよ。
カプコン。
What it is Space Invaders for Game Boy and Super Game Boy. What it does is unleash a steady stream of alien forces who keep coming and coming, just like in the arcade, till it feels like a vice in your central nervous system while they fall down like two-legged elbows. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah. I called the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, tang, tang, walla-walla, bing-bang. That means play Dr. Mario on Game Boy or NES. Tang, tang, walla-walla, bing-bang. I beat the witch doctor, and this is what he said. He said, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, tang, tang, walla-walla, bing-bang, ooh-ee, ah-ah. And then he struck my head.
また出たゼルダの伝説。ゲームボーイでやっぱり出た。この度リンクがついたのはどこかの海の変な島。こいつは夢か幻か、島から全然出られない。
どうしよう。
ゲームボーイでどこでもゼルダ。ゼルダの伝説、夢を見る島。出た。
7-Up would like to give you a gift of holiday cheer. Just clip 4 proofs of purchase from 2-liter bottles of any refreshing 7-Up product. Take them to Toys R Us. And for just $19.99, you get the new Spot Game Pack for Nintendo Game Boy. A $5 savings. Just in time for Christmas. Put 7-Up in your holiday and make the season bright.
You're getting very greedy. You are me, Wario. You're very handsome. You have amazing powers. Plunder and pillage pirates' treasure. Bag a bazillion coins. Buy me a castle bigger than Mario's. Repeat after me. I'm the bad guy in Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, where being bad is good and greed is good. Come and get it on Game Boy, greedy.
Hide your cookies! Hide all your cookies! It's happening everywhere! Confection craziness! Baked goods battiness! Cookie cookiness! New Yoshi cookie! Yoshi and Mario have a cookie factory gone mad! Only you can help sort them, stack them, and make them disappear! 1 player, 2 players, or 4! Yoshi's Cookie on NES and Game Boy!
Nieuw, fantastisch, de Super Game Boy. De link tussen Super en Portable Power. Zodat je al je Game Boy spellen ook op je Super Nintendo kunt spelen. In kleur en met Super Stereo Sound. Super Game Boy voor 129 gulden. Nintendo, now you're playing with Super Power.
Down with Zelda from the very start. I got the heart, it's Mars to play the part. Down with Zelda. Creeping through with an overhead view, cause a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So I stay on track, collect the facts, never cut slack, and I always watch my back for Jack. Down with Zelda, yeah. Soon as then I'm the man with the plan, cause the power's in my head and the power's in my hand. Down with Zelda.
Ew, old people.
Slackers.
Get a clue.
Get a job.
Get a haircut.
Get some hair.
Have some respect.
Have some prunes.
Why, I ought to take this and just give it to
With new games like Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball, Tetris Plus, and Donkey Kong Land 3, the world is a better place.
Nice earrings. Nice hearing aids.
What?
What are friends? Friends are there to pick you up when you're feeling a little down. Friends are there to rearrange someone's face when they're acting like a clown. Friends are a hamster, a fish, and an owl in Kirby's Dream Land 2. If you ain't fighting on their side, well, man, I'd pity you.
Kirby's back in the Flappy One brought 3 rowdy friends. It's a pumped-up, powered-up Kirby in Kirby's Dream Land 2. New for Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
Will you be my friend?
Hey, kid. Where's my lunch money?
You haven't been flossing.
haven't been flying.
Get a job.
Escape to a world of color for each and every Game Boy game. New Game Boy Color.
You can't catch all 150 Pokemon by yourself.
So close.
You need a friend to trade with. So you can grab a link cable and a friend with a Game Boy, and with both packs, you can catch them all. Got ya.
Let's try this again. Now concentrate. Think Pichu, Lugia, Pikachu. Chikorita, Cyndaquil. Cool.
The new Collector's Edition Gold and Silver Pokemon Game Boy Color. A true Pokemon master may do anything to get it.
Oh, how about 5 more for my friends?
You've conquered red. You've mastered blue. You've triumphed over yellow. You've caught them all. And now you're ready for the next step. Welcome to the world of Pokemon Gold and Silver. Tons of new Pokemon, new adventures and worlds to explore, new badges to collect. So you've got to ask yourself, have you got what it takes? Pokemon Gold and Silver, rated E for everyone. Gotta catch them all.
When it's least expected, you're elected, you're the star today. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera. It's fun to look at yourself as other people do. How's your sense of humor? There's a rumor, laughter's on its way. Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
Yes, with Game Boy camera, you can turn photography into photography.
Smile, you're on Game Boy camera.
Game Boy Color.
あいつもこいつも君の仲間にもしもの冒険が今始まるテレビアニメワンピース夢のルフィ海賊団誕生嘘じゃねえよ
Recently, we compared two superheroes, dashing Super Guy and Kirby from Nintendo. In some ways, Kirby lost big. No big hair, no big muscles, no weapons, nothing. All Kirby's got is appetite. Kirby's Dream Land, the thrilling adventure game on Game Boy. Kirby munches, spits back, and floats, saving glorious Dreamland. He's Kirby, and he packs a mean bite. Kirby's Dream Land, only on Game Boy.
Konami's Castlevania The Adventure for Nintendo's Game Boy. With a maze of vampire crypts and unearthly evils, it is about to sink its fangs into you.
The adult world is designed to keep us moving. And while this may make us more efficient, it's not exactly a party. Luckily, technology has produced a cure. It's called a Game Boy, the personal game-playing system from Nintendo, with lots of sports, action, and puzzle games to choose from. And it comes with a puzzle game Tetris. It could change your outlook.
I'm sorry, sir. Your flight's been delayed.
Cool. Game Boy by Nintendo. Have you had your fun today?
This is Bill after playing Mario's Picross, the mind-building puzzle game where clues and numbers uncover hidden pictures. It's as challenging as Tetris. Mario's Picross on Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
It's so big.
Unique exercise for your brain.
There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. 'Cause here comes Yoshi. And he's up against Goombas, Bloobers, Boo Buddies, and Piranha Plants in Nintendo's new stack and sandwich puzzle game called Yoshi. Match the creatures and wipe them out. Play alone or with a friend, but mix them and you won't stand a chance. It's challenging, overwhelming. It's Yoshi, the new puzzle game for Game Boy or NES. System and game each sold separately. Now you're playing with power.
Hey, I'm Russell and I got Wayne here. What's up? And this new F1 race for Game Boy. Up to 4 guys can play each other at the same time. Whoa, major crash! Use the turbo, man. Number 3's dusted him. Each guy's got his own race. Whoa, right! In his own screen and his very own view of the race. No, he's got what's quick. I don't know what Wayne said was. I don't know what he said. Anyway, F1 race for Game Boy from Nintendo. 4-player adapter, things included. Game Boy sold separately. Round up your posse and check it out.
Responsible adults aren't supposed to have fun. Wake up. We can do whatever we want. Drive racing cars to work, play golf in our pajamas, tennis on the bus, or baseball in our mother-in-law's living room. All you need is a Game Boy. It's a personal game-playing system with over 200 puzzle, action, and sports games to choose from. Hey, fun is your reward for growing up. Start playing.
You really gotta get one of these.
Game Boy by Nintendo. Have you had your fun today?
Man, this Tetris 2 is giving me a headache.
And I don't even have a head.
So I says to her, I says, hey, is that Bob?
Wow, he looks great.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, did you cut your hair?
I don't have any hair, Jim. He doesn't have any hair, stupid.
You dork.
You're sure looking thinner there, Bobby, baby.
Yeah, I dropped a few sizes.
Your screen looks bigger, too.
Not bigger, just a lot sharper. A lot sharper.
Dig that new casing, Bob. Silver. So, Bob, do you still play all the games?
All the Game Boy games, babe. New Game Boy Pocket. Stick in your pocket today.
Nintendo introduces the biggest Donkey Kong adventure ever for Game Boy! Donkey Kong Land 2! Plays on Game Boy and new Game Boy Pocket! It was supposed to be a game! Puzzle game, Tetris Blast! I didn't know it was full of bombs! Mega bombs! We never even saw it coming. Where'd everybody go?
Hi, Rick Mail here. I don't know if you're like me, immensely rich, talented, handsome. Isn't it a bore? Well, I found the answer. Zelda Link's Awakening from Nintendo. You play a medieval elf named Link.
You travel through many worlds, meeting endless characters on your eternal adventures.
So hey, next time you're Rick Mail, why not try Zelda Link's Awakening? I think you'll like it.
Zelda, involved and inexhaustible Nintendo.
Game Genie, the big, awesome video game enhancer, is now getting smaller. Game Genie works in power on Game Boy. Turn Genie's power off and on as you play. Game Genie for Game Boy with super small code book.
Excellent! Hey, little buddy, want a ride? Yeah, whatever. I'll be right back. Where can you catch all 150 Pokemon? Got ya? On your Game Boy, that's where. Pokemon for Game Boy is here. With both packs, you can catch them all. Games and systems sold separately.